right. As usual, absolutely no preparation. I was just reading something and I realized, oh my god. So, looks like Fauci's goose is cooked. And couldn't be... Let me just... this traffic sounds... So it looks like that piece of shit's going down. And couldn't have happened to a better bioterrorist than Fauci. So he's gone. He's toast. Now, you can see how the media is scrambling to save their ass, but also to limit, because what's happening is to control demolition of Fauci. They want to do as soft a landing as possible. The emails are likely to be fake. Those emails that they supposedly uncovered through an FOI request, that's not how it works at the level of a bioterrorist like Anthony Fauci. He knows he's engaged with his Jewish banker financiers and the Mossad and the CIA. Fauci's well aware of who his handlers are and who he's doing this for, right? Actually, he doesn't know the full extent of what he's doing it for. That's why I'm going to tell you who and what's going on. So they put out these bullshit emails that are supposedly, uncover that he made some errors and that he lied, which is a hell of a lot better than he cooked up the biggest bioterrorist weapon and crime against humanity in the history of humanity. It's a lot better than they said, look, they sat around and said, well, how do we extract ourselves from this, Israeli intelligence and their servants in the CIA and the FBI at the very highest levels, by the way, this conversation happened. How do we, Fauci's goose is cooked. We gotta jettison Fauci. So, how are we gonna jettison this piece of shit that's now a liability to our plan, right? Now, part of this could be because there's not a unified front for this Jewish plan. Fortunately, because I think because of the efforts of people like me, actually, who are constantly addressing FBI, CIA, NSA. Obviously, they watch my stuff because my voice is the most extreme voice in America today, probably in the world. Talking about these fucking Jewish criminals? Of course it is, right? I'm the most explicit there is, so they're watching it. And I'm appealing, my shows specifically appeal to the agent who's not getting all that Jew money like his boss at the head of the agency. Definitely he is getting the Jew money. How the Jews do it, how the Jew banking system is doing it, is they know that all they have to do is pay the presidents and the heads of the intelligence organizations and invite the chief of police over to Israel for a while, and teach him how to beat the shit out of Americans, That's how the fucking Jew bankers do this fucking crime against humanity, But you know what? Not every single FBI agent is as big a piece of shit as their boss, Chris Wray, is, who's obviously a piece of shit, Christopher Wray, head of the FBI, taking all that Jew money, $40 million of Jew money, gonna have $100 million by the time they throw that piece of shit out, or by he finally gets arrested or something. He'll have $100 million, because that's the deal. You play nice with the Jew bankers who are pulling the plug, sabotaging our family and our culture. Chris Wray's quite happy to let that happen, as long as you fill up his bank account with that luscious, yummy Jew money. Okay, so Fauci, they decided they're getting rid of him, and he's going to be the guy who goes down. Because, he's an old geezer anyways. He's not got long to live. Let's throw him to the wolves. Let's throw him under the tire. He's been a good servant for Jew money all these years. Hey, let's do what we always do, stab him right in the fucking back. Well, look, it couldn't happen to, like I said, a more evil piece of shit bioterrorist than Fauci. So I'm quite happy to see him throw him under the bus. But they go, the narrative, you notice, the narrative goes, fire Fauci. No. Arrest Fauci, try him, convict him, and execute him for the crimes against humanity. Bioterrorism. Execute Fauci. Fauci must pay with his life, not by getting fired. Sorry, not enough. He has to pay with his life. Fauci must be executed. Executed, not fired. Got it? Executed. We should call for the execution of Anthony Fauci. The trial and execution of Anthony Fauci. not firing of Anthony Fauci. And you know, all these scumbags in the media, we got CNN, MSNBC, all these people that just sucked the dick of the Jew bankers all this last year, and they were ridiculing people like me because, you know, and I'm hearing a lot of people who are taking credit. Everybody out there in the alternative press, like Alex Jones, taking credit for being early on this one. Bullshit. Harry Vox was telling you how this was before anybody. Harry Vox told you how this was before it happened. I told you about this 20 years ago. I told you about it explicitly 7 years ago. So don't be taking credit for this idea that they're definitely gonna do a bioterrorism attack to lock us in our house and get us quarantines and curfews because controlling our mouth is not enough. They need to control our physical bodies. And don't listen to Alex Jones when he tells you it's the Chicoms. That's one of these narratives that's going around. Oh, okay, it's the Chinese. Oh, the Chinese leaked it. No, Israeli intelligence leaked it out. Leaked it out. They spread canisters of this thing. Israeli intelligence pulled the whole thing. This is Israeli Mossad did this whole operation. Period. Not the Chicoms. Well, but the Chicoms are complicit in this crime. I'll tell you why. Because when the Israeli Mossad put this whatever pathogen they're using to create some early cases of upper respiratory virus, whatever it was that caused that. I don't want to hear that they don't know such thing as virus. Yeah, I've heard of. Well, whatever. They do have things that can make severe upper respiratory. I'm saying that absolutely most cases were hypochondriac. If they sit there and tell you, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you get the sniffles and you think you're gonna die, you panic, you go to the hospital, they shove that tube down your throat for the $53,000 Jewish dollars that the Jews over at the Medicare and Medicaid promised to the Jewish hospital system. You see how this works? It's Jews in the Medicare and Medicaid decision that made the decision to give the Jewish hospitals a huge fat whopper of an incentive to kill people with respirators. This was a Jewish plan to get the numbers up, absolutely positively. So I don't want to hear any stories about how the Chicoms don't have the power, Alex Jones, to completely dominate the media narrative. They're not the senior editors and publishers of our information systems. It's Jews that do that, Alex, not Chicoms. Oh, and then Alex Jones finds a story about how Chinese are paid for some stories. Dude, Jews are the editors, publishers, the senior editors. Half of CNN is fucking Jews, not Chicoms, Alex. It's Jews. Get it through your head, Alex Jones. It's Jews who are running the table, not Chicoms, motherfucker. But here's how the story goes. Here's how it went. Alright, the Jews always set up everybody else to fall, and that's what they did in this case. They knew that they were going to pull this because there's so few of them, and they want to exterminate us like cockroaches, right? So they can take our houses and land and run the nuclear arsenal of the United States after they've killed us. Well, that's what they're doing. If you look at who's buying suburban homes, it's fucking Jewish private equity firms, Jewish finance capital printing up free money, giving from the Treasury and the Federal Reserve. A nice little scam there, Jewish. Totally Jewish. Completely Jewish. It's not Chicoms. Chicoms don't run the Federal Reserve systems. Chicoms are not in the Treasury. It's Jews. Jenny Yellen is a Jew. Period. Right? The only reason that Powell is over at the Fed is because he's a good boy. He's behaving himself. And the only reason Christopher Wray over at FBI is still as the head of SBI is because they want him there, because he's a completely manipulatable, just like clay in the hands of the fucking Jew bankers who run the show over at the FBI, CIA, and NSA. It's the Jew money that runs the show through the Jew foundations, through the Jew think tanks, into the pockets of a piece of dog shit like Christopher Wray. Total shit. I'd love to meet that guy in person. But here's the thing. So, the Jewish intelligence, the Mossad, took the fucking vials of the stuff that we developed over at also, he's like he's tooting the same horn as Alex Jones. Chi-com, Chi-com. Yeah, no. The Jews are setting up everyone. They're setting up the United States for war with China. They're setting up the Chinese, Jones. And so they're taking canisters in their diplomatic pouches. That's how they're getting it into all these countries. If countries were to suddenly stop and say, look, we want to see what's in Israeli diplomatic pouches. We have to know. We want to see. So next time an Israeli plane lands in your country, Vietnam, China, anywhere, and those Vietnamese diplomats exit the plane with luggage, you check that luggage, you run it through, and you will see canisters of pathogens in there that they're using to perform these functions on these countries that are either doing well, and they have to make sure no country does well, or a country that's thumb their nose up to this Jewish poison plan, and so they have to punish them. It's the diplomatic pouches that have the pathogens in it. It's Israel doing it from start to finish, top to bottom, and every CIA and FBI person who's involved in the middle, but not many. They don't tell them, because they can't be trusted. Okay, so here's how the story goes. They took the vials, and they brought it over to the Wuhan in September for the games. They had these military Olympic games that Israeli intelligence knew that U.S. intelligence, that U.S. military was going to be engaged in. So they said this is a perfect time to pull our fucking scam and make it look and blame it on the Americans. So what they did was they put the virus all throughout Wuhan, and sure enough, when people started getting sick, the Chinese, Israel, well known, they know everything that's going on in terms of pathogen development. They were the first, a week after this thing bust out, this last year when this thing became a pandemic, Israel said we're going to have a vaccine in a few weeks. They said, right? And then people started raising an eyebrow at that, because they, as usual, Israel's trying to bite off more than it could chew, and so they said, maybe it's not. We shouldn't have said that. Maybe, and they doesn't matter. Moderna, Jewish. Pfizer, Jewish. Johnson & Johnson, Jewish. AstraZeneca, a Jewish chairman. You got Jewish CEOs on these three companies, and a Jewish chairman over at AstraZeneca. It's a Jewish conspiracy, guys. It's not Chi-coms, Alex. It's not Chi-coms for everybody saying Chi-coms. It's Israeli intelligence. It's Israeli Mossad. And whenever I say, whenever I talk about like Israeli Mossad or U.S. intelligence or Israeli intelligence, you have to understand all of these things at this point, and the FBI, CIA, NSA, all of them are just instruments of Jewish money power. I'm sorry, that's what happened, and that happened somewhere around the year 2000. It became all these organizations finally got taken over. So the corruption was so great. Prior to that, you had people that were in the U.S. military and in the intelligence that wouldn't allow Israeli intelligence to run the show. Well, those days are over, because it's so corrupt that the only thing these people in these intelligence agencies are thinking about is their fellowship with an Israeli security company or a think tank when they get out, and then all that money that they're going to get, because Israelis promised them all that money, and they see their predecessor has gotten that money, and so they know, well, I'm next to get the money. Just like what I said Mike Pompeo was going to go ahead and move over to Israel so he could sit there and finish his 4-year role of sucking Netanyahu's penis. Basically, that's all Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State, did for 4 years is basically open his throat, dilate his throat, and suck Netanyahu's penis. And I'm sure he'd spread his cheeks and beg Netanyahu to fuck him up the ass, but I don't think Netanyahu has so low of self-image that he would actually dirty himself in that way. That's why I'm saying that I think lower of Shabbos Goy, who are working for these fucking slimy, grimy Jews, I think much lower of the Shabbos Goy, like the Pompeos who are sucking their dicks. They're lower on the caliber of human excrement than Netanyahu. Netanyahu is just doing what a Jewish supremacist should do. Destroy the world and take over everything and steal everything, and that's what Jews are supposed to do. So they're just doing what they've been doing at the highest levels for 1,000 years, right? No, it's the lickspittles, the obsequious scumbags like Pompeo. All you ever saw of that guy was him over there and trying to get a shot, a picture of himself, Netanyahu, and he's hoping he gets the big money from some think tank, Israeli intelligence, Israeli Mossad, those are things, a think tank in Washington. When somebody, if you want to know the definition of a think tank, it's an Israeli Jewish supremacist organization that takes Jewish money from the trillionaires, the Jewish trillionaires, in order to subvert and undermine, destroy, and steal every penny of our society as they can. That's what a think tank is, to get us involved in wars on behalf of Israel and to steal our money. That's basically what a Washington think tank is, just so that you know. So, back to the story of how Israel did it. They spread the virus in Wuhan first to establish that it was a Wuhan virus, right? And assholes like the entire media and people like Alex Jones, they all just took that bait right away because they're cowards. They're afraid to tell it. Well, I understand. Alex's radio stations in Iran is owned by a Jew, I think, probably, and that's why he can't say those things, right? So they spread the biological contaminant around, and then when the Chinese started saying, what's going on here? The Chinese are not stupid. They know that the United States set them up with gain-of-function research specifically on the coronavirus, and there was a money trail. They know that. The Chinese are not stupid. The Chinese said, okay. Then what happened is Israeli intelligence contacted China and said, look, the world is changing, and we're going to be the center of this new plan, this new Eurasian Belt and Road plan, and we're willing to come on board, and we're going to give you some information. This was the United States that did this, right? So China believed it, right? Because when you lie like this, especially when you make it look like a U.S. military team that went over there in the U.S. military games, they made a connection to one of the runners there, so they infected one of the runners, right? It wasn't the U.S. military that did this. They wouldn't be so stupid because there would be a trail of evidence there, right? Would you think that U.S. military planners are so stupid that they would release a virus in Wuhan when a giant team of American military personnel went over to Wuhan that month, September, just the month before this thing started in full force of 2019? That's when they went over there for they call it the military Olympics, right? This was hosted in Wuhan. Do you think the U.S. military and intelligence is so stupid that they would release the virus and get accused by the Chinese? Right? Naturally, the Chinese would say, well, the Americans were here, the virus got released, that's why it's perfect for Israel. Israel does what Israel's always done. Set up America. Set up other people to get them to fight each other. That's what Israel does, and that's what's happened. Right? So, the Chinese took the bait. I don't think their intelligence services is any match for Jewish intelligence. Jewish intelligence has been doing this much longer than the Chinese, the kind of deception like this, right? But this is easy to figure out. This is so simple, so simple. So easy to figure this one out. So the Chinese were told by the Israelis, we're going to tell you this, but you're not going to make this information known. Or Israel planted some evidence and didn't even have to open their mouth to China. Just planted some evidence or some anonymous tips. Any number of ways this could happen. But the point is, Israel got China to believe that the U.S. set up China first by establishing a research, and then by releasing the virus so that the U.S. would then point to the research and say, that the Chinese setting us up. Because there would have been no plausible reason why Fauci would have ordered gain-of-function research on this specific virus. It doesn't make sense. And then, of course, they have the biggest breakout over there. And what also doesn't make sense is, do you actually think that if... I've heard Alex Jones with his asshole thinking on this one. He's good about some things. You know, he doesn't want to get a needle in his arm. Yeah, okay, that's good. But this idea of that, he goes, well, the Chinese did it to themselves because they want to get rid of their citizens. They have a lot of ways to get rid of those citizens, okay? And they don't, why would they be getting rid of their citizen? They're encouraging them to have 3 children instead of 2. So shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up with your stupid shit. Like, get a clue. Like, get a fucking clue. Like, totally get a fucking clue. Stop lying to people, Jones. Stop lying. I used to like you. I used to respect you. I took you out on my boat once when you came to New York in 2004. He knows who I am. I used to respect you, and I'd like to do that again. But for now, I'm going to have to attack you because you're leading your people wrong. You're leading them astray. Okay, so let's get back to the story of how Israeli intelligence set up U.S. intelligence and China, U.S. and China into a military confrontation. This is the fucking Mossad did this. So, back to the story. So, they planned it and they indicate to China that this was America that did it. And then we see early on in the piece, last year, sometime around June, I think it was, or in May, June, where a Chinese official came out and made the accusation that it was the U.S. that did this during the Olympics Games. So you see, this is the result of this Israeli sneakiness, right? Okay, so then Israel then openly said, not openly for us, but they contacted China and said, don't worry about it. We're gonna smooth it over and watch your GDP grow. We're gonna make sure you're gonna come out the winners of this. Give us time to prove it. Don't say anything, because Israel told China, if you accuse United States at the high levels, if Xi Jinping came out and said, U.S. did it, then he would have no choice but to go to war to save his face. So the Chinese were in an intractable position. They couldn't come out and accuse us, because if they did, then they would have to either go to war with us or lose face, right? So the Jews told China, don't worry, we're going to handle it. We own and control every single thing that happens in America in terms of the minds of the TV watchers, the minds, if you want to call it that, of the fucking senators and the actions and the voting of the congressmen and senators, the scummy little turds like Christopher Wray over at the FBI. The Jewish intelligence says we run the show, and it's true. So we're gonna just tell everybody the narrative that it came from the wet market, and we're gonna make sure that nobody thinks that it came from the lab. Well, you have all these fucking idiots that are so-called journalists right over here. First of all, the mainstream Jew journalists came out and said, absolutely flat out, the most ridiculous thing that this could have ever come from that lab. But it was the so-called alternative jerk-offs, right? Alternative dickhead journalists who saw that there was a lab in Wuhan, and they go, oh, I've discovered some. I'm such a good journalist. Look at this on Google. There's a lab. There's a lab there that does this. And the virus came out there. Lab plus virus. The Chinese must have done. It must have leaked from the Chinese. And this is what you get from these so-called journalists, that the alternative journalists that pat themselves on the back that they're so smart, right? And Harry Vox is sitting there from the beginning saying, no, dummies. First of all, the wet market narrative was just there as a first layer of the onion for the, and it was very transparent layer, by the way, for the fucking lab leak hypothesis. hypothesis, which was always visible to everybody because the alternative journalists, notice how all the scare quotes you have to use when you talk about these fucking retards called American news people, both in the alternative and in the Jewish mainstream. You always have to use the scare quotes because everybody is, every term doesn't, no terms actually mean, you talk about liberals or conservatives or Republicans, doesn't matter. Nothing is what it used to be. Right? So, these narratives, and meta-narratives and proto-narratives were all just layers of a bullshit onion, and when you start peeling them off, and I'm the only one who peels them off, you peel them off, and you get to the fucking Rothschilds in the center. And yes, it's the hidden money in the trusts, but that's too complicated. We're jumping too far ahead. So let's get back to the outer layers of the onion and finish this story. Well, the story's not going to get finished, but let's finish this branch of the story. So, Jew intelligence contacts China and says, we're going to handle it, so you're not going to get accused of the lab leak or purposeful release, which is what it really was. Okay, so the Chinese are not happy, but they realize that in order to let this thing go by, there has to be something in it for them, that increased GDP that the Jews promised them, because they were going to lock down the West to enable the Chinese to complete their consolidation of power and get their GDP going. And as we can see, Chinese have something like 6-7% GDP. We got -3 over here. And then all the fucking lying Jew liars over at the Fed and the Treasury putting out fake numbers. Oh yes, we have robust economy. Oh yes, no, our economy is not a zombie economy. Oh no, 20% of the fucking S&P 500 companies are corporations, some of the biggest corporations, aren't total zombie corporations not making a single penny and on life support from Jewish printing, Oh no, don't worry, we'll find new sources of paper and ink, I hope. That's the only way you can keep this fucking Jewish nightmare alive, is with a new forest to cut down to make paper, to get pulp, and then new sources of ink, Sorry, man. So, back to the story. So, China was promised robust GDP and an end to their lockdowns and their pandemic. And the Jews said, don't worry, we'll turn America into a fearful lockdown, bunch of gibbering assholes fist-fighting with each other over toilet paper and masks. Don't worry, watch. And they were able to do that. Right? So quickly, before you know it, you see all these videos emerging of soccer moms in the supermarkets beating the shit out of each other over the last roll of toilet paper. And people in masks, put your mask on now! Give me the vaccine, I want the vaccine! No, I wouldn't go near people with vaccine, So the Jews promised that to China. China took the promise. They didn't have much choice. What are they going to do? What's China going to do? They can't fight us. They will lose. Well, everybody loses in a nuclear confrontation. In conventional confrontation, no nuclear confrontation, if we're relying on aircraft carriers, China will sink them with hypersonic missiles. No defense against a hypersonic missile. And against an U.S. aircraft carrier. And we're building 2 more. Sitting ducks. Back to the story. A hypersonic missile comes straight down at 27 times the speed of sound. Boom! Right on top of the fucking aircraft carrier. Gone. Toast. And if one won't do it, they'll send a volley of 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20. And no aircraft carrier can sustain it. And so we think we have the power to project maritime power like we used to during the Halford-McIntyre period of bombing the coast. Sorry, those days are over. It's inland wars. It's power done through truckloads full of gold. That's what's going to happen. And we don't have that shit. Right? We have all this Jew paper. And by the way, the Chinese have more gold than we're led to believe. They have something like 10,000 to 25,000 tons. We only have 8 tons. Yet the U.S. Federal statistics claim that China only has 1,020 tons or something like that. Sorry. They have double the amount of gold that we have. And China's just waiting. And then they're going to say, boom, they're going to show us all the gold they got, and then they're going to base a new crypto that, and then goodbye, U.S. dollar as an international reserve currency. Sorry, over. Nobody's going to want cheap paper as international reserve currency. No. You have to have something to back it up. Chinese have something like 10,000 to 25,000, and it's easy to see. So all these lies that the U.S. government puts out, well, when I say U.S. government, I mean the Jew bankers are pulling the plug. There's no U.S. government, there's no FBI, there is no NSA, there's only Jewish money. That's all there is. So back to the story. They tell them, don't worry, we're going to control the narrative. Your GDP is going to go up, your GDP is going to go down. Play nice. China said, okay. She is getting taken for a ride by the Israelis. But it's an impotent victory for Israel, like most victories are. Israel always shoots for so much, but they always founder. They never get what they want. And I'm telling you the story. This is the only real story that you're hearing on this. So there is nowhere else to go. There's no other person telling you the story. This is the story. I'm telling you the story. So if there's U.S. military out there listening, and there are, I know it because I've been contacted. If there's FBI watching this, and I know they are. If there's NSA and CIA, fuck you, Mossad. I don't care about you because you're the enemy, but for U.S. people, right, who are not taking that Jewish money, Israel is setting us up for a war with China, and they think that they're going to be the chief beneficiary. That's why Israel always sets up one country against another. And you see, they have the full cooperation of their junior partners in the CIA and in the privatized intelligence networks, who are junior partners of the Jewish money in the city of London. Most of the people that work for this Jewish money in the city of London are unaware of it. They just think that they've been given a directive by their boss in the intelligence agencies to do this, do that, do this, do that. We're going to focus on this region, do this today. We have to undermine this group, support this group. You know, it's compartmentalized. They're not told the plan. Only a few people know the plan. And now you know the plan because I'm telling you the plan. So, Israel and the Jewish bankers who control our media are able to, through their control of the media, they were able to lock it down. Through the control of the governors, lock it down. Destroy the small and mid-sized businesses, beef up the monopolies that they own, beef up have the money all go into the Amazons, Facebook that they own. Remember, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, Fidelity, those four companies are the top companies that own everything. So it doesn't matter if it looks like a guy like Jeff Bezos, Baldy Bezos, no. It's the true bankers who own the controlling voting control of it. All you have to have is 8 to 13% of the voting of the shares, of the outstanding shares of the company, of the issued shares. 8 to 13% with most of the largest American corporations, and you own it. You control the votes. You are the biggest shareholder, therefore you have more voting power, and you tell them what to do, and that's how they do it. So Larry Fink, who's head of BlackRock, who has more assets under management than any other entity in the world, actually has much more power than some lowly president. Joe Biden's just doing what he's told. And all these fools and liars, I don't know which one Jones is. I used to like him, like I say. But I don't think he's a fool. I think he's running a psyop, Alex Jones, telling you it's China. He knows it's Israel. The most you'll ever get is he'll occasionally say it's the bankers and Goldman Sachs and stuff. No, it's deeper than that. It's the trust money that's in the Seychelles, in the Grand Cayman, the Cayman Islands, in the Jersey. It's in the tax havens. It's the money that you're not allowed to see. That's where all the big money is. That's where we have throughout Europe we have vaults that are highly guarded, private vaults full of gold bullion. That's who's running the show. That's the Jews. Yeah, that's the Jewish money, and that is the most secretive money because you're not allowed to see that because they don't want you. Jews have always had to keep Jews have been expert at keeping secrets since the times of Christ of the money. They know how to do it. They've built the structures of banking. They founded the structures of the corporation. They built the Dutch East Indies and the British East Indies companies. They built them. It was their money. They started it all. And they're still doing it today. So back to the story. So they tell the Chinese go along with it, and the Chinese go along with it. America collapses, Western Europe collapses, New Zealand and Australia turn into a police state, literally a prison. It's literally a violent prison over there. Canada is like a brain dead, like a bunch of sheep. It's disgusting. The Canadian people are, I'm sorry, but they're disgustingly weak. They're totally weak. Right? So there's no dignity in Canada. I wouldn't go there for $1 million, man, because that's going to be mandatory door-to-door vaccines for everybody, and most of the Canadians will say, yeah, give it to me, can't wait, because the government said so, and I believe everything that government says, because Trudeau's so cute. They're worse than American soccer moms, the douchebag women over there. Oh, Trudeau, he's got so much power. Back to the story. Then we see too many people like myself that are telling it as it is. And somewhere along the line in American intelligence, someone says, Harry Vox is right. I know my boss works for the fucking Jew money, but let's see if we could save our country from our boss who's working for the Jew money. Christopher Wray works for Jewish money makers. And the head of the CIA, I don't even know the person's name is. It's not Gina Haspel anymore. I thought it was. I don't even have to pay too close attention at this point, but I know who these people are, what they are, why they're there. They're there to advance the interests of the Jewish banking dynasties. That's why they're there. And that's the only reason why they're there. And so, somehow, some way, information starts getting leaked. A decision gets made that let's make Fauci the scapegoat. Now, one thing you have to remember here is the Jews control everything Americans think about. That's right. If they didn't want you to know about Fauci, they just wouldn't cover that story. They just wouldn't cover the email story. It's fake, those emails, by the way. They wouldn't cover those. That was a decision said, hey, Fauci, you're either going to go to prison as a bioterrorist, or you're going to just get fired as being, a liar. Fauci said, I'll take the firing as a liar. Sorry, that's not good enough. And all these fake news reports say, we got to get to the bottom of this so that we can make sure this doesn't happen again. We got to get to the bottom of this so we can execute those who pulled it off. That's why we need to get to the bottom of it, so that this doesn't happen again. I've noticed the whole narrative from the fucking slimy, grimy, greasy, scummy, sleazy, repugnant, vile Jews running them and controlling every facet of U.S. mainstream media is, well, okay, we have to get to the bottom to make sure Alex Sagar and Crystal and Sagar, these two fucking idiots, man. That's the most you'll get from these two total fucking frauds. They're frauds, you know. There's not an ounce of shred of courage there. You know why? Because if they ever had the courage to tell you to you like I'm telling it to you, look at Sagar. No one would hire this guy. There's nothing that interesting about this guy. The only thing the reason why you even know about these two obnoxious douchebags is that they know how to play by the rules. They know how to protect the Faucis. They protected Fauci all this time. They protected Gates, right? They're protecting the narrative. Nobody thinks that this was done purposely. Sagar says these people are fucking cowards. And like I said, unless they were really good at protecting the criminal narratives, no one would give a second glance to Sagar. No one would want to listen to the whiny obnoxiousness of that crystal ball. It's just like, yuck. And yet, that's what's the alternate news. No. Harry Vox is the alternate news, and Alex Jones is no different from mainstream, and Sagar and the Crystal, these two very forgettable people. So back to the story. So the narrative, for whatever reason, quite possibly because there's such a hue and cry, because people are waking up, because it's really obvious to see there's a criminal, and all the things they're telling us, there's been so many contradictions. Fauci thought you could just say, you could have a video that says you could wear the mask, but you know, if it makes you feel good, but it doesn't do anything. But if it makes you feel good, you could wear the mask. And he's mocking people. And then he goes, well, I just said that because, you know, first responders needed masks. And no. Then you would have done it in a different way. You wouldn't have then totally ridiculed it, because then when it came out that you flipped the switch and decided to have everybody wear masks, then because you ridiculed them the first time, it would make you look bad. So you were right the first time when you're never right, you're a criminal, but when you said masks don't do anything, but you can wear them if they make you feel good, yeah. And he threw up scare quotes, you know, masks and stuff. You wouldn't have done that, dickhead. You would have handled it in a different way. You would have said, well, right now at this time you don't have to wear masks, but you wouldn't include the tone of ridicule like you did. So that shows that your subsequent reversal, your flip-flop, doesn't have any credibility. Nothing has any credibility. And so, but the Jew media said, oh, don't worry, Fauci, we'll cover for you. Because we have all these Israeli intelligence 8200 unit computer hacker bots that are going to Facebook and YouTube comment section, and they're telling all the douchebag Karen retard soccer moms sitting there quivering, shitting in their pants in the suburbs because they're so afraid, and they see in the comment section, Fauci is the sexiest man alive. I want to marry Fauci. I trust Fauci. In Fauci we trust. Those are all bots. Those are all programmed by Israeli intelligence. Yes, yeah, Karen. You were fooled, Karen. The comment section in your fucking Facebook, Karen, is run by Israeli intelligence, Karen. And the comment section on YouTube, Karen, is run by Israeli intelligence out of Tel Aviv, Karen. Yeah. So whenever you see the same narrative, you haven't picked up, Karen? They do it for every piece of shit serving the Jew money. Oh, it's the same thing. Cuomo, sexiest man alive, Jewish intelligence. Jew intelligence is not that bright. They just have a lot of our American taxpayers' dollars from workers and American families to spend on a bunch of really amateur douchebags who pretend that they are the most supreme beings and that they're the best. You know, Netanyahu goes, they say we have you've heard of the five eyes. We're the sixth eye. I'm not doing a good Netanyahu. I do an excellent Netanyahu. Hold on, let me see. You've heard of the six eyes? Well, we are the seventh eye, or something like that. He's talking about the five eyes, and we're the sixth eye. And he's bragging about how intelligent their intelligence agency is. No, they're not. No, you're not. They're not so good. They're good at fucking spending U.S. taxpayer dollars to fucking do these fucking cheesy lies, and Americans are just dumb enough, fucking soccer moms are dumb enough that they believe it. That doesn't mean you're a great intelligence agency. That just means you have a lot of fucking American dollars that you've stolen through a bunch of cowards over in Washington that you put money, a small amount of money in their pocket. They send $38 billion over to you, and you send back 380 million or something like that. It's something probably a 200 or 1,000 to 1 ratio in terms of money that you give, that you have to pay them in order to get the big dollars out of U.S. taxpayer. That's a Jew methodology. Well, it's not that good. Any fucking slime ball, you can see how bad their narratives are. Because it's the same thing. So for Cuomo, Fauci, Avenatti, all these pieces of shit that were serving Jewish finance capital, all these scumbag criminals, in the comments section on YouTube, it's the same thing. Michael Avenatti, sexiest man alive. I want to marry Michael Avenatti for president. And then under Cuomo's the sexiest man alive. I want to marry Cuomo for president. Anthony Fauci is the sexiest man alive. I want to marry Anthony Fauci for president. And the soccer moms living in the suburbs, these Karen fucking douchebag retards, fucking scumbags, total scumbags, man. I hope they take their vaccine, and because they're gonna find out in the fall what's gonna happen. And they fucked up, man. Yeah, you can't get that shit out. You fucked your DNAs, darlings. You fucked your DNA because you're some blobby douchebag living in the suburbs, some Karen prick thinking that you have a clue. You've been duped. And Klaus Schwab's gonna come out one day and go, congratulations for those people who did not take the vaccine. Because you see, this was a test. We pushed you and we pushed you and we pushed you. We offered you a Krispy Kreme donut to take the vaccines, and you took the vaccine for a donut. You stupid fuck. And now you will die. And those people who have resisted, congratulations. You are ready to join us in the new world order. This is Klaus Schwab, that Karen has never even heard of, and who runs and controls everything that's going to happen to Karen's future. She's never even heard of Klaus Schwab, nor does she have any interest in who he is. She doesn't know the World Economic Forum, nor does she have any interest, nor if you told her that this was going to be the situation that's going to affect her life more than anything, she would still not have any interest. Karen doesn't have any interest in this kind of stuff. Cuts too much into me time. You see, Karen's moved up from a minivan to a luxury SUV, so she's made it. Karen has. Back to the story. So as the fucking narrative falls apart, and we can try to isolate and zoom in on the period of history where the decision, where it becomes clear that Fauci was involved. Part of it has to do with people like myself who are saying Fauci must hang, Fauci must die, right? And when everyone else is going, Fauci's my hero, I'm saying, no, he needs to die, actually. Well, they're throwing that piece of shit right under the Jewish bus, the Jews. And so when people say, well, Harry, I think you're overlooking, it's the black nobility, which is the Venetian royal families that migrated throughout Europe and became the transmutated into the royal families of Germany and England and Scotland and Wales and Portugal and Belgium, Luxembourg, all this stuff. The black nobility, the royalty of Europe. Well, they say it's them. It's not the Jew bankers. It's them. And why don't we see Jews go down? Jews are throwing the Jesuit, Fauci, and Gates, the ambiguous. Everybody's screaming on my board saying, Gates is a Jew, His mother's a Jew, definitely. Quite possibly. He's a definite hidden Jew. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I should have spent more time, and I did look that up. And I just, for some reason, I just didn't spend a lot of time to it. Of course, because usually that's the first thing I do. When you see some slimy piece of shit, you go to Wikipedia. It's the only thing it's good for. To see, born in a Jewish family. Okay. And it gets to the point where I don't even have to do that anymore. I kind of just go, there's a site, Jew Not Jew. They should really, we should all really invest in Jew Not Jew. Because there needs to be a more robust version of Jew Not Jew, because it's a little outdated. You type in stuff, you type in certain people, and they're not even in the Jew Not Jew database, so you need to really, Jew Not Jew needs to get it going, because we need a site that just is a rating system. It's not a rating system, it's just an identification system. Is this person Jewish, yes or no? And then you can make a decision about whether you want to have them in government or in the FBI or CIA or NSA. And I'll say that that's a disqualifying factor. Back to the story. So, out comes the narrative that Fauci definitely did the gain of function. They decide to do a controlled demolition of Fauci and say, well, he just lied and made terrible mistakes. He made mistakes, so we're going to have to fire him. So expect Fauci to go, bye-bye. Well, that's not good enough. No. Anything short of a trial and a conviction and imprisonment, I would like to see the death penalty for Fauci. Death penalty for Anthony Fauci. Let's throw the guy under the bus all the way, though. Let's do the job, guys, because you know what? This is what the Jews want. They just want to sweep it away and say, oh, it was unpleasant, let's move on. No. Because we'll be doing the same thing 10 years from now. It seems to be compressing in time, so these things used to be 20 years apart, now they're 10 years apart. Soon it's going to be 5 years apart. Then it's going to be 5 months apart. And at this point, Israeli, the new paradigm of control is bioterrorist control. So, if you think, U.S. military, FBI, and again, I'm appealing to agents that are not at the head. I'm not appealing to the heads of the military. These people are taking the Jewish money. No. I'm appealing to a secret groups that are forming within the FBI, within the NSA, within the CIA, within the branches of the U.S. military and Homeland Security, which Homeland Security is completely Jewish instruments. Totally Jew. Homeland Security is Jew central. Big problem there. I'm talking about secret groups in there who have access to the information, who have access to the intelligence. They know what to do. You know what to do with that intelligence. You know what to do. You have access to that intelligence, so let's make use of it. Let's make use of it. Let's get rid of Fauci, but let's get rid of him in a spectacular way so we send a message to the Jew bankers. Don't pull this shit on us ever again. Because, it would be, in a perfect world, we get sniper rifles and kill them all. In a perfect world, we would just kill them for what they pulled on our societies. Remember that. In a perfect world, they'd be dead, all of them. But we live in a very imperfect world. So let's sabotage them. I'm calling on the patriots in the U.S. military and in the intelligence agencies. Listen to the story. Sabotage the Jew bankers' plans. Sabotage their plans. Sabotage the plans of the Fed. Send warnings to the head of the infrastructure security over at Homeland Security, a Jew. His name is Goldstein, by the way. Or Goldberg, I think it's Goldstein. And if you have a Jew in control of the power grid, securing the power grid, guess what, America? You are going to have a power outage. And Klaus Schwab's telling you it's going to last for months, not days. And I've been telling you for a long time that they're going to Russian hackers, and what do? They pull the plug on our power, the pipeline, shut it down. So, the message has got to come from U.S. military to the people that are securing our water supply and our electrical grid. And the message is this: if there's any power outages, if there's a power outage from a evil Russian hacker, you're fucking dead. You're fucking dead. You're fucked. So, to all the Jewish companies that are the Jewish former Israeli military security companies that are securing our power grid, our essential infrastructure on our water supply, warning has to come from powerful groups within the military. If you turn off our power, you're fucked. You're dead. They have to threaten them. We have to start threatening the life of the people who are, because they're already saying there's going to be, Klaus Schwab says, the cyber pandemic is going to be worse than the COVID thing that they did on us. Really, Klaus? So a message to U.S. military personnel, a message to U.S. intelligence personnel. Here's the message. They're telling you, these fucking grimy Jewish bankers are telling you, they're saying explicitly that they're going to shut off the power. They're having an exercise called Cyber Polygon. In July, the Jewish intelligence agencies are running that, along with Sberbank in Russia. They're new partners, because remember, Israeli intelligence has decided to ditch America, and they've published it. They're saying it's time to get rid of America and start with our new partners, China and Russia. And you don't have to believe me. It's written in Jerusalem Post and Israel Times. So don't believe what I'm saying. They're publishing it. The Israeli power brokers are saying, time to get rid of America and join up with China and Russia. They're publishing this in the open. Hint, hint. They're not our friends. They are our enemies. So, we also better make sure that not one single fucking former Israeli intelligence company is securing our fucking water supply, our power, and our computer systems in the intelligence and military. Well, they are right now. It's Israeli intelligence agency companies. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Israeli intelligence, where all you have to do is do a cursory search about Israeli spying on America. You can only see 70 years worth of published reports from FBI, CIA, NSA. Israel is the biggest spy for American technology. They're stealing military technology and selling it to China. What the fuck? Doesn't the head of the FBI and the CIA understand about that? Israel is stealing U.S. plans for warplanes, missiles, warheads, guidance systems, aircraft, microprocessor technology, and they're selling it to their new partner, China. What the fuck does the U.S. news, the Jewish scum, not get about that? Well, they get it. They're just not going to tell you that. What the fuck doesn't Christopher Wray get about it? Well, he works for them. You see how this works? That's why he's there. That's why he's going to stay there. That's why we have to build systems that don't include Christopher Wray. That's why I think that's what the FBI has already done. I don't think Christopher Wray is in charge of the FBI, or I would have had agents down at my house a long time ago. The reason why I haven't had any agents knocking on my door is because the rank and file of the FBI thinks that Christopher Wray is as big of a piece of shit as I do. Right? It's not hard to figure out. What do you think, some chump-ass motherfucker whose bank account is filled up with BlackRock holding money, Jew banker money, BlackRock. It's all over his thing. Look at his disclosure from BlackRock. iShares, a division of BlackRock. Fuck you. So the rank and file FBI says I'm not getting that Jew money. Harry's right. Chris Ray's a piece of shit. That's why I haven't had him knocking on my door. Because they agree. But now it's time for action. We're not going to let Anthony Fauci just get fired and go off into the sunset with the $1 million that he just got from the Jewish organization. The same Jewish organization that gave Klaus Schwab his $1 million about 20 years ago to get him started in destroying our society, just gave that same $1 million prize to Anthony Fauci. Look it up. It's Jew money. So they're fucking... That's what this is, people. This is the Jewish destruction of our society. They want to fuck your children, and they're going to. They're owning all of our homes. That's why the housing values are going up in a bubble that the Jews are creating, like they've always done throughout history. But only this time they're printing up our money that we have a fiduciary responsibility to pay off, us Americans, us workers. And the Jews are just printing it up. They're giving it to themselves to compete with American families. We should skin them alive. But short of that, I call on the U.S. military and the intelligence services to sabotage their plan. For good. Sabotage them. I think we should surround the Federal Reserve with tanks. I don't say blow the brains out of every fucking Jew in this privately owned Jew banks. I don't say blow their fucking brains out of their head. No, just as long as they stand very still. No, you don't have to blow their brains out. As long as they remain very still, they put their hands behind their back as you cuff them and escort them into a truck that's waiting outside of the Federal Reserve building, and then take them off to a prison to await trial. No, you don't have to blow their fucking slimy, scummy, greasy brains out of their scummy heads over at the Federal Reserve. No! Just tell them, stand very still, cut the power off to the building, surround the building so nobody leaves, announce that the power is off and everybody is to stand up, put their hands behind the back, enter the building, cuff them, and if anybody moves, then okay, I guess you have to blow their fucking brains out of their heads. Yes, of course. Yeah. But if they behave themselves and they go quietly, just put the cuffs on them. Get them into a waiting vehicle. You know? I hope the gas pipe from the exhaust of the truck doesn't go into I wouldn't lose any sleep if accidentally there was like a leak in the exhaust of the truck. And as they drove you to the prison to await trial and execution for crimes against humanity, fucking scum. I wouldn't lose any sleep if when they opened the doors of the truck you got a bunch of fucking dead Federal Reserve bankers. You could replace the entire 12 federal privately owned Jewish banks. You could replace all 12 of them with a laptop. It doesn't even be expensive one, just a regular laptop computer. We have these things called computers. You don't need greasy, grimy, slimy Jew bankers to run our money supply. It's relatively simple in the age of computers. You have a couple of programs. You can do it with off-the-shelf programming. To run a fiat currency system, you don't need fucking 12 Jew bankers. That's only if you want to run a system that completely, consistently bleeds the value of the assets from the people to keep them in enough of a debt slavery to sustain this steady bleeding off of it for Jew power. That's all you need them for, to just keep us like a host, and like the parasites can keep on feeding off us, the host, the American people. That's the truth. It's not anti-Semitic. It's the truth. It's the truth. And I'm not saying blow their fucking brains out of their greasy head. No. as long as they remain very still. And when we take the bullhorns and say, "Do not move. This is the U.S. military. The building is surrounded. You are to remain very still, stand up, and put your hands behind your back, and enter the building. Cuff them. Get them the fuck out. Out of the Federal Reserve. No more Jews in the Federal Reserve. Sorry, you had your chance, guys. It didn't work out." So back to the story. So we see Gates, we see Fauci getting thrown onto the bus, right? And we see there's trouble in Gates land too. Bill Gates has a lot of trouble. Now that total monster of a wife of his, what's going on now? What's going on with Gates? Well, we have the Daily Beast. Let's see if I can find the Daily Beast article, One thing I want to just see if I can find that article. Hold on. Bear with me, folks. Shit. Well, I'll have to tell the story off the top of my head. Daily Beast has been talking about more trouble in Gatesland than even the New York Times came out with in October of 2019 when they said, "No, Gates, stop lying to us. You were on Epstein's plane and you were in his mansion many times." And it was Jews who published that. The leading Jew publication, the New York Times, was the one who initiated the Gates throwing under the bus. Okay, and then here come the Jews over at actually, you know what? Before I divert onto that, I left out some important facts. So now let's get back to the story about China and Israel and the U.S. conspiracy. Now, China is not, now that the narrative seems to be the Israeli intelligence who runs the Jew money, who runs the narrative through their Jew media, right? So the Jew media, the Rachel Maddow's, the MSNBC, the CNN stuff, is now saying, well, the lab leak is possible, but now they're going to the next level. But it was definitely not on purpose. It was definitely, accidental. Right? That piece of shit, Sagar and Crystal said the same thing. They've been saying all the time, no one thinks it would be purposeful. Sagar, will you please kill yourself? You fucking douchebag. Will you please fucking kill yourself now? You idiot. You fucking pea-brain scumbag, coward, you fucking coward. Sagar Enjeti is a fucking coward scumbag. Don't ever listen to anything that guy says. He's a coward. He's not a journalist. He's a huckster. He's a piece of shit. He said, no one thinks it could have been purposely released. Well, we'll see about that, Sagar. You fucking scumbag. It was purposely released, you dick. You fucking dick. Of course it was purposely released. What do you think 201 meant? Oh yeah, that was just a coincidence, right? That event 201 leaks, and then they're talking about a coronavirus, and then coronavirus gets out. Oh, but accidents just happen like that, right, Sagar? So these people are just cowards. So of course it was purposely released, right? But what is China going to do? Now that China has played along with the narrative for all these months, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? They fucked themselves. I'm pissed at China. They're no angels, but they got duped by the Jews. The Jews totally duped China. And I urge people to take this video and send it to the foreign ministry in China. Send it to the Chinese government and say this is the secret to how the Jews set up China with the United States, and see what China says about this video. I urge my viewers to make contact with the embassies of China, the consulates in China, the government in China, foreign consulates all throughout Europe. Wherever there's a Chinese consulate, send a copy of this saying proof that Israel set up China to do this. Send it to them. Send it to them. Do it. Don't forget. So let me finish this story. China can't do much about it now. What are they going to say? Well, this is unfair that the U.S. media is telling us now that it came from the lab. They told us, the Jews told us they were going to control the narrative and make sure that they lied to the American people about a wet market. We're crying foul. They can't. Because that means that they're complicit in this crime against humanity. You see? See how clever the fucking Jews are here? See how clever they are? They're not that clever. Because Harry Vox is telling you this story. If they were clever, I wouldn't be telling you this story. I wouldn't be informing U.S. intelligence, U.S. military, the exact methodology of what happened here. I'm telling you exactly what happened. This is what happened. So this version, right here, right now, is the version of what happened. This is how it happened. The Jewish Mossad set up the U.S. to get into a conflict with China. Yes. And now you know. Yes. That's what happened. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. 100%. That's what happened. This is not the Wuhan virus. This is the Jewish virus. Don't you ever forget that. And if you have a shred of honor, just a little teeny bit of honor, you're gonna make them pay. You're gonna make them pay. You're gonna make them pay. The people who did this have to pay. They have to pay with their lives. The people who pulled this on us have to pay the ultimate price. Fauci, Gates, Cuomo, Chris Ray, for covering it up. They have to pay. All these people have to pay. And I urge the true patriots in the military, the real people in the intelligence agency, not this turd who runs it. No, not those fucking appointed turds. They're just turds. They're just criminals. Right? I'm sure they have a way to deal with it when an asshole like Trump comes and puts a dick like Christopher Wray in. I'm sure they have a way to weather that kind of storm. They probably take him into a room and say, you just behave yourself, dickhead, and you do as we tell you. And he does what they tell him. He's not in control. It couldn't be. Couldn't be, because I would have agents knocking on my door. For the things I'm saying, I would have already, they would have already, responded. And so now, the question is how to move forward. Well, let's work that. Let's just see if we can work that through here. Let me see. I wrote some notes down. Let me see if I can find them. My laptop is a mess here. I never work from notes or anything like that. I just do these off the top of my head. I always forget stuff, but usually I'm pretty riled up, but I haven't been sleeping. I didn't sleep for 3 days, and then I slept for 7 hours, and it's gonna be another 2 days or something like that. I'm just not a sleeper, I'm looking at some notes here. Let's see if I can find something. There's something I wanted to say. I'm never gonna. I'm sure I'm gonna forget a lot, and I'm gonna have to do another show here. Let me just see. Let me get a window up here. It's hot up here too. I'm sweating my ass off. Oh, Jesus. I have so many windows open that everything is delayed here. Sorry, I just want to see if my stream is actually streaming. I haven't even opened up a window for the D-Live stream. I just pressed the OBS, online broadcaster. So as far as I know, I've been talking into the wind here. Let's see if there's actually a show going on here. Oh, there is. There I am. All right. Oh, 334 viewers. Woo! Hey everybody. So how's the sound coming out? Is Helen around here? Oh, I don't see Helen. Alright, so the sound's okay? Alright, D-Live is good. Alright, so good. No, very good. Okay, so, the bottom line is that China is hoping to cash in. Israel is hoping to become the centerpiece of the Great Reset with all our technology. Joe Biden just authorized I think $70 billion more money printing, and they're going to give that for the microprocessor to jumpstart microprocessor. It was Chuck Schumer that sponsored this bill for the Congress to print up some more of that free Jewish paper to give to Americans, supposedly, to develop microprocessors in America. How much you want to bet that's going to be Israeli companies? How much you want to bet it's going to be Jews that get every fucking penny? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? I'm saying that now we need to have some rules here. If you're going to print up $70 billion to jumpstart a microprocessor design development in the United States, it's got to be for Americans. Good luck with that. It's going to go all to Jews, and the Jews are going to say, well, we're going to do most of our development in Israel, and that's just going to be more, another $70 billion just go to Israel. Watch what I'm saying. I don't even know the details of the plan. I just see the headline, Biden to print up $70 billion to develop a semiconductor industry in the United States. Harry translates that to Biden funnels $70 billion to rich Jews to subvert and undermine our semiconductor industry and to create more jobs for Israel and move our technology to Israel. There's no care. There's no possibility. There's no hope. This place is completely toast. It's completely fucking toast. So that's why we have to figure out a way to sabotage them. That's the only way we can do it. Short of killing them. Look, if you don't have the stomach to go along and blow the fucking brains out of these scummy fucking Jew bankers, then you better figure out a way to sabotage them. You have to figure out a way to sabotage their plan, to sabotage them, to release their grip around the necks of our children, to stop raping us, because they are just raping us. And ultimately, COVID-19 was about Jew bankers want to fuck your kids. Just so you know, to steal your money, steal your house, steal your land, and fuck your kids. That's what it's all about, man. Period. So how can we sabotage them to get their hands off our necks? How can we sabotage them? How can we fuck them up? How can we sabotage them? How can we sabotage them? Well, there's a lot of ways. You can wage an information war against these fuckers in the fucking Federal Reserve, these Jew bankers like Yellen and fucking Powell, the Shabbos guy working for them. You can do an information war of them. You can send out warnings to them. You can threaten them. And we can threaten and send out warnings to the Jewish intelligence that have infiltrated our water supply and say, yeah, if there's any poisoning in our water supply, you're dead. But you know what? These motherfucking chumps who run our power grid, who run our water supply, and who are doing all this damage to our society on behalf of the Jew bankers, right? It doesn't matter. Look what Cuomo is a perfect example. He's not even a fucking Jew. He's not even a fucking Jew. And he's willing to continue the sabotage even after he's a lame duck. And he's still pushing the Jew narrative. And he knows it. And you know what? Again, you can threaten them with death. They'll still sabotage our society because the money is so great. All these fools think that they can get away with it. Ultimately, that's what it is. It's this hubris that they have. It's a mix of like greed and stupidity, hubris and overconfidence and a sense of invincibility. invincibility. They think they're on Team Jew money. Team Jew Baker, Team Rothschild. They don't even know it's Rothschilds. They don't tell a chump like Cuomo, but they hint at it. That's why Cuomo put his Rothschild guy, Bill Mulrow, former Rothschild executive. And then he went from Rothschild to Blackstone, and then to Cuomo's recovery plan to help in the recovery of New York. Yeah? Do you mean to help sabotage the economy and send the assets over to Jew bankers? That's your, yeah? So they signal to them, they sprinkle the name Rothschild, and that's all it takes for a Guido piece of shit like Cuomo and his brother. These two fucking con artist pieces of shit sucking on that Jew dick. That's all the Cuomos are good for. That's all they are. Jew dick smokers. Like Christopher A. over FBI, smoking on that Jew dick all day long. All his life. His adult life. He's been trying to please the Jew bankers. That's all he is. Chris Ray just opens up that throat, and down goes that big stick. Right down his throat. That's Christopher Ray, the head of the FBI. Just, suck that Jew dick, Chris Ray. Suck that Jew dick, boy. Come on, suck it good, Chris Ray. That's your specialty, right? Certainly not protecting the American people if you try to give us the con that the biggest threat is white supremacists, while the Jew bankers parasitize and rape our children and steal the money, and now own the land and the homes now. And then they're going to rent homes to you. Klaus Schwab, you will own nothing. You will rent from the Jews. And we will give your children little toys so they can play with, playing with the penises of the billionaires. Because your little children will play with the penises of the billionaires, right, Klaus? Why that guy is still alive it's astonishing to me. You don't think that we would have enough dignity in the West to not let some piece of shit like Klaus Schwab continue? How is this guy walking? I guess he's got 30-foot thick cement walls, I think, Klaus Schwab, yeah. Because I can't imagine why he's alive. It's pretty astonishing. So, China releases a story yesterday, I think it was, says that if we investigate the Wuhan lab, that it's going to be, it's tantamount, I'm paraphrasing, to an act of war, and let's get ready for a nuclear war with the United States if they want to investigate the lab. Because the Jews are telling China, again, this is the Jew pushing China, right? So the Jews are telling China, oh, the United States is getting ready to blame you for this. See those? The Jews are literally, the guy said, hey, look what he called you. What are you going to do about it? Hey, did you hear what he called you? What are you going to do about it? Hey, he just did something to you. What are you going to do about that? And they just get everybody to fight each other. That's what the Jews do. That's what they're doing right now. And so, the question is, so China puts that ad out. So it's possible that China hasn't caught on yet that this is a Jewish conspiracy, that the United States, although they developed it, and although they did set them up, Fauci did do the gain of function, but he was, again, instructed. All these people are not acting, Fauci is not acting on his own. He's acting at the behest of a higher power. Hello? And that higher power is not God. That higher power is Israeli intelligence, operating through some fun think tank, operating through Bill Gates, basically. Because remember, it's Bill Gates that the Mossad has film footage of him having sex with underage children at Epstein's place. So Bill Gates is doing exactly what Israeli intelligence is telling him to do, or else Israeli intelligence takes the film footage and says, we're gonna show everybody you fucking the underage girl, Bill. That's why Bill Gates is pulling the shit, because he's being told what to do. That's why Melinda Gates is leaving him. She knows what's going on, and they want to try to rescue some of the money, because Bill Gates is going to lose his money. Okay, Fauci is not the guy, Fauci is just taking directions from Gates, and we know this because the emails show how close they were, how often they consulted with each other, right? And it's not like Fauci would do much damage to those children with his 2-inch dick. Because a 2-inch penis, Fauci, is not going to do much damage to the 14-year-old girls at Bill Gates at Epstein's place. I'm sure Gates doesn't have a dick that's very much bigger, but Fauci, we know, as reports are saying, he was very small, he's not well endowed, Fauci. That's the size of Anthony Fauci's penis. 2 inches. Let's take a ruler so you can see what that is. Right? Where's my fucking... Okay. It's an engineer tool. Right? Alright, so we can zero it out. Take the tool, put it on, zero it. It's already zeroed. Let's put it on. Inches. Here's Anthony Fauci's penis. Watch this. Watch this. Tell me when it gets to 2. Oops. I can barely see that. Okay. Oh, there's so many reflections. Come on! Okay, 2. Alright. That's fucking Fauci's penis, right there. Look at that. That's why he hates the world. That's why Fauci is ready to do the banker's bidding. He's a piece of shit, Fauci. And he's gonna go down. But Fauci needs to go to prison or get executed. Period. Period. No questions. Will they do that? Well, if you could convince them, if you could, as fighters, as an army, as an army for truth, if you could start to help out in this mission. So what is some of the calls to action that we did tonight? Well, the first call to action is we have to notify the Chinese that the Jews are behind this whole thing. Israeli Mossad did this. So that's the first thing that China has to learn. And they have to think about it. And the only way that's going to happen is if all of you start you can manage this either through the comment section on this D-Live, or I'm going to have to figure, or if somebody could put up a bulletin board system that people could contribute to, and organize the contacting of every single Chinese consulate and give them a copy of this video and say, this is what has happened. Because China's sitting there thinking that America did it, and that now America did this whole thing from start to finish, because that's what Israeli intelligence is telling them. So China's thinking, these fucking Americans, man, they fucking did this thing to us, and then the Jews promised that they would handle it, and then the Jews are saying, look, we tried our best to keep it with the wet market narrative, but we weren't able to sustain that any longer, and that troublesome Ron Paul, he's so troublesome, you know, the Jews will blame it on Ron Paul, those troublesome Republicans that Israeli intelligence controls, more than the Democrats. I'm pretty much equal these days, but certainly Republicans suck the dick of the Jew, we know that. It's a weird series of reversals. Republicans were burning lawns on Jews 70 years ago, and now they suck their dicks. Right? So it's so strange. It's so strange. Remember, Republicans were the reactionary Christian douchebags who would have burnt the crosses on the lawns of Jews, not in pretty recent history. And now instead of burning the crosses, they strap the knee pads on and suck their dicks. That's Republicans. So we need to disrupt the narrative, and you will disrupt it with the truth, right? So that China starts getting information that they haven't previously gotten. There's no way that China would have done this to themselves. If they wanted to do a bioterrorist attack, why would they need to do it on their own city so that they would get blamed for it? I'm Alex Jones. He knows, he's just lying. He knows that they didn't. China would have done it in the United States, right? We're the supposed nemesis, right? Or they would have done it in some country that they would have done it with the Uyghurs, right? The Uyghurs up in Zaire province up there, Zaire or whatever it's called. The desert, the Gobi Desert up there. So, all the narratives that the media are rolling out are control narratives. They're not real. Don't fire Fauci, hang him. Execute him. No, we don't want to get to the bottom of this so we can prevent it from ever happening again. No, we want to get to the bottom so we can make arrests. Trials. That's the only way people... Americans aren't going to learn unless we see Fauci on the stand and in the prison. Or else they'll just do it again. They'll just find some other Faucis and some more Gates, the Jews will, Jew bankers. And then we have to expose the Jewish connection. It's not hard to do. You can see how the Jewish money comes into the pockets of all these scumbags. We have to start talking about it on a national level. Right? The military and the intelligence has to look at and verify what I'm saying. Is BlackRock really the major... Is this guy Larry Fink the most powerful man in America who has more say than the president? This fucking guy no one's heard of? This greasy, like greasy Jewish guy? This blobby, greasy Jew guy that no one would like? Does he really control the whole show? Got some bad news for you. Yes. But he doesn't really control. He doesn't own those personally. Because when you get to the control of this whole thing, it eventually goes back to the word private. And then once you see that word private on the as who owns and controls everything, that word private, no, that goes to this. That goes back to the Jew bankers in the city of London. The principal one would be Rothschild. Yes, it's true. Oh yeah. Yes, but he checked with a fact checker. Fact checker said Rothschild isn't the bad guy. Who owns the fact checker? Oh, Rothschilds. Who owns the Weather Channel? Oh, Rothschilds. You know, they actually have a derivative called weather derivatives. As anybody who knows, I've been watching the show, I've been talking about it. You know about the derivatives market, which is $2 quadrillion. And we don't even know how big it is because it's in the shadows. It's the shadow banking system, derivatives, shadow banking. That's not regulated stuff. Where you could sell an ice cream cone 10,000 times over. I'll bet that ice cream cone's gonna melt before before that child gets eaten. No, I'm gonna put $10 million that child eats the ice cream cone before it melts. Okay, we got that bet going. Let's watch the child eat the ice cream. And then another group of Jews go, well, I'll bet that the guy who's saying that he's got 10 million on the ice cream cone dripping before the kid gets it in his mouth, I think he's gonna be successful. I'll put an insurance policy on that. Will you take that? Yeah. And it goes on like this. Forever and ever and ever. Derivatives. So one ice cream cone that cost that poor little kid $1, well, you got fucking Jews that are extrapolating that thing out to 20, 30, 40 trillion dollars on it. Okay. Well, they have a derivative. They have derivatives for everything. Right? Credit defaults, swaps. Hey, they're going to pay you that monthly payment, but if they default on that payment, we'll make the payment on you. That's a derivative. Right? A mortgage-backed security. Hey, we have all these securities from all these young homeowners that we rented it out at a low, an adjustable rate mortgage at a low introductory price that's going to go up and they're going to lose everything. Right? Well, so we're going to have that. We're going to package it up and sell that as a derivative, as another thing to someone else, usually a retirement fund. They're going to be responsible for all that. We're going to own everything when we raise the interest rate, because we control that. Market forces don't control interest rate prices. Jew bankers who set up everybody to lose control that. So they raise the interest rate, the kids lose their house, the pension fund sucks the liability, and the Jew ends up owning the houses and all the equity in the houses. They They suckered the kids and they suckered the elderly. That's the mortgage-backed security scam. It steals money from the young and from the old at the same time. That's how good the Jews are. That's why I say, secret societies, no Jews allowed. In the military and in the intelligence, no Jews. And you make damn sure, because if just one Jew makes it in there, the whole plan's fucked. The whole plan is fucked. No Jews allowed. Only trusted people. And they can't be trusted. Not in the military, in banking, in the media, in intelligence. No. They gotta go. It's time to get them out. Build walls around them. Isolate them. Don't talk to them. Don't give them the secrets. Do not let them in on the secrets. Don't promote them. They're only there to work for Israel. They're only there to siphon off the money. It's pretty easy to see. They're there to siphon off the money. They're working for the Jew bankers. They are the Sayanim, S-A-Y-A-N-I-M, Sayanim. Look it up. Sayanim, S-A-Y-A-N-I-M, Sayanim. That is an agent, that is a civilian who works for the cause of Jewish intelligence. Jewish intelligence says that any Jew in the world, we can call on them to do stuff for us. So, if a Jew ends up in Microsoft or in Raytheon or Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Halliburton, any company that's got secrets, if there's a Jew that has access to the secrets, they will be contacted by Israeli intelligence and they will be expected to turn over the secrets to Israeli intelligence. That's the network called the Sayanim Network. Sayanim Network. No. That's why you cannot have Jews in FBI, CIA, NSA, U.S. military. No Jews allowed. Bad. Jews bad. Bad Jews. Get them out. Get them out. They need to go. Sorry. They're nice if they're playing an instrument. I like, it's very nice. Play instruments. If you want to paint, go ahead. Paint, that's good, yeah. And if you have a deli, that's fine. Not in the intelligence agencies. No Jews in the intelligence agencies. No Jews in the FBI. I'm sorry. It's not going to work out. No Jews in the military at high level. I would say no Jews in the military because they're going to steal the secrets and sell them to China. Jonathan Pollard, considered a hero. He put in jeopardy our entire country in what was called the worst breach in U.S. military secrets. And when that scumbag Trump let him out to please his Jew masters, Netanyahu met this fucking slimy greaseball. Look, I mean, Jonathan Pollard, you are not going to find a slimier, greasier, scummier Jewish piece of shit than Jonathan Pollard. Total con artist, total liar, easily so. And he found his Jewish roots in jail for 30 years. I now realize that I'm a pure Jew. No, you just know that you won't last very long in America, you fat piece of Jewish, slimy, Jew, greasy shit. You wouldn't last 2 seconds in America when they let you out, so you had to get the fuck on a plane and get over to Israel, where Netanyahu created you as a hero, and the Jewish people applauded Jonathan Pollard, who jeopardized our security, jeopardized our safety, and put the lives of U.S. servicemen at great peril. Many people were supposedly killed as a result of Jonathan Pollard. The worst breach of security ever. And he's a hero. Oh, and Jonathan Pollard said, when he arrived in Israel, I'm proud of what I did. I wish I did more. And I encourage all Jews to do the same. Don't take my word for it. Do not take my word for it. Look at what he said. He said he encourages Jews in the United States to do what he did, to steal secrets and give it to Israel. And he's considered a hero. And Benjamin Netanyahu met him at the airport and gave him a big embrace. So why isn't U.S. Special Forces going over and paying Mr. Pollard a visit for his kind remarks about America? Why is Jonathan Pollard not paid a visit by U.S. Special Forces? Why is Jonathan Pollard still walking around? Why do don't we extract Jonathan Pollard from this planet, but if minimum, extract him from Israel and bring him back and throw him back in jail. He just said he was proud of what he did, and he's encouraging other people to do that. Why is he still alive? Why is he not in jail? Why is Jonathan Pollard not in jail right now? Why don't we go and get him and bring him back? And to teach him a lesson, and to teach the Israelis a lesson, who are saying that it's time to dump America and join forces with their new partner, China, that they've stolen all our plans and sold it to. Why do you think the F-35 strike fighter that China is now manufacturing is an identical copy of the U.S. F-35 strike fighter? How do you think they got the plans? They got them from Israel. This is well documented. This is well documented. So, it's all about who got paid. So, it's very easy. We just have to start making lists. So here's two lists we have to make. This is the only way we can save our land. Two lists. One list is every single person in the U.S. military and intelligence who's taking money from a foundation and think tank, or who's got a fellowship from a think tank. Because remember, all foreign policy think tanks are Mossad operations in Washington, all of them. So there are no think tanks that deal with defense issues that are not Mossad operations or controlled by Israeli Mossad. All of them are. So we have to make a list of the names and the faces of who's taking that money and who's getting fellowship. So that's one list. We have to make a list of everyone in the military and in our government that ridiculed people for saying that this virus was man-made. We have to make that list. And we literally, it doesn't have to be a yellow star this time. That would be too easy for our enemy to scare dumb Americans with. No, it could be a blue star, let's say. And let's just have a rating system and an internet site very similar to like Jew or not Jew, something like that. I think, or maybe we can do it with cooperation with Jew not Jew, but Jew not Jew is not really updated that. So we need a really great structure, a system that's built up that we can just enter the name of the Shabbos Goy or the Jew, and so that people, when they see somebody in the news, they can just verify and develop it to be a plug-in, so that that could go on your browser, so that whenever there's a Jew in the news that's talking to you, a star comes up to let us know, well, this is a Jew, so therefore they're lying, right? Because if it's a Jew that's in the media, they're lying. Now, that's not anti-Semitic. That's just an easily observable fact. It's reality. It's not hard to see. If it's a Jew in the mainstream media, if it's a Jewish person in the mainstream media, they are lying. They are lying about the most important things. It will be a lie. Right? They will say we need to go to war in Syria and spend trillions of dollars. They will say that. Prove me wrong. Find one Jew in the mainstream media that gets that. Just try ahead. Show me one Jew. And then I'll say, okay, well, it's not 100%, then 99.9%. You won't be able to find that. All Jews in the mainstream media are fucking lying scum, all of them. Okay. So, and you can do this again. Find me one Jew in the mainstream media that is against sending all of our money over to Israel. Just find me one, and I'll eat my words. Just find me one. Right? Find me one Jew in the mainstream media that it doesn't want to take away our guns. That is totally wants to protect the Second Amendment. Find me one Jew in the mainstream media that thinks that we should have a Second Amendment, a strong Second Amendment protections. Find me just one. You can't. Right? like a mousy little whiny little Jew. Like, I'm sorry, conservative Republicans never liked like whiny little mousy Jews unless hundreds of millions of dollars were promoting that little whiny, annoying, he talks like this totally whiny Jew. He's supposed to be a genius whiny Jew. Annoying little turd. Annoying guy. No conservative Republican is going to like a whiny little Jew unless they were brainwashed. And that's what it is. It's this Jewish brainwashing program, right? And then so they pretend they have false numbers, falsely inflated numbers. But if you do that for 10 years, 15 years, then people will have the false impression, well, Ben Shapiro is a thing. Yeah, he's a thing. He's a dork. Okay. And there's a few more lists. It escapes my mind. Let's take a look at the, yeah, everybody's still saying, yeah, I know. Jordan Peterson, he's another one of these guys who's just, you know, the only reason Jordan Peterson got any airtime is because he worships the Jew narrative. He says, oh yes, he worships the whole Holocaust narrative, that nauseatingly tired narrative. He cherishes it so much, and so the Jews say, all right, he's playing our game, so let's let this guy have a platform, you know. As long as you play good with the Holocaust narrative, they wouldn't give me a platform. I don't give a fuck about the Holocaust. I think it's the most nauseating. It's the most tired. Like, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I know. I've heard it all before. Yes, I know. Yes. You gotta. Whenever they start yapping about the Holocaust, you go. I just don't want to hear it. You know, I just don't want to. It's annoying. 313 people. Now, I gotta say, for D-Live, that's a lot of people. Fucking A. Jordan B. Peterson is married to his Jewish handler? Is that true? Does Jordan B. Peterson have a Jewish wife? Oh, hey, Helen. Yes, Veritas is dodgy as hell. I know. It's so weird. It's so dodgy. It's so Jewish, Veritas, but they have been bucking the Jewish narrative. Ann Coulter, Coulter is a Jew. She's not a Jew. Actually, she said some things against Jews every once in a while. Ann Coulter is an interesting one. So I used to hate her guts, but then when she's like attacked the Jews a couple times, I was like, oh, maybe she's okay. Yeah, I know. Helen goes, Jordan Peterson's a raging Shabbos guy. Absolutely. Well, everybody, I appreciate you coming to the show. There was a lot more things I'm trying to find that Luxstone Jewish Societal Club, Zombie Apocalypse, All Story will be better, broken in World Economic Forum. I don't know. I think I should probably end it. We've been going now for, how long have we been going for? This is going on 2 hours, another 2-hour episode here. Well, I hope we do something. I hope we throw a wrench in their plan. Don't let the Jews get away with it. Inform all Chinese consulates of this show. Tell them Israeli intelligence, maybe I'll come up with some words and I'll post them, but in some intelligent and reaching out, that there's evidence, there's enough, it's you know, circumstantial evidence, but this is how it works. And make sure you plant the seed. Don't let the Jews get away with getting us in a war with China. There's no need for it. If we could get the Jews out of the way, we could have a normal relationship with China. But see, the Jews are trying to interrupt that. They want to they want to suck all the oxygen out of the room. So let's get in and let's disrupt that narrative. Let's try to make sure that Fauci doesn't get fired, that he gets executed. And, yeah, let's do it. I need your help. So everybody help. Let's do it. Let's keep our freedom and we can do it with an information war. And I have some very great assistants. I know Jennifer's been helping with research and doing a great job. She got some very hard to find documents, and I thank her. I've got people that are offering to get the book, the original book that I had was spoken about, the Augustin Barruel's history of the illustrated history of the, I don't know, the Jacobins, that one. We're trying to, one of the copies that I wanted to get got disappeared, but people have been helpful. One thing I want to say that sometimes I'm getting a lot more emails these days, and sometimes people send me 3 or 4 or 5 very long emails a day. I request that you could try to keep them so that they're not so long. If I do read them, I can read them somewhat quickly, or else if I get 5, 10 emails a day from one particular person, or 2, there's a lot of people that will send me many emails a day. Try to keep it to like 1 or 2 emails. Call out the most important parts and make it brief if you can, because sometimes I get so bogged down that I can't read it all. People have also been offering support because I'm not good at asking for support, so they'll send me an email saying, what's your PayPal, what's your stuff, and I'll thank them and I'll send them that information. And a couple from New Zealand, I don't like to necessarily say the names, but they sent quite a generous amount, and I was very grateful. And I don't like to, I'm terrible at asking for anything, so I don't do it. But when people do make the effort, I do appreciate that. And when people are generously support this work, I do appreciate it. But you're going to have to figure out how to do it, because I ain't going to ask. No, okay. Everybody, there he goes, Meg, Patreon, and I don't know, there's a PayPal somewhere. I don't remember what it was. Somebody, if they could help her out, that would be good. Thank you, Meg, for doing that. But that's one way, and there's a PayPal. I should just put the PayPal on. I'm terrible at communicating. Maybe I'll put that on my website, thevoxnews.com, so I don't have to suffer the indignity of asking anybody for anything. All right, everybody. I love you all. Thank you, except for the ones I hate. I love you all. Thanks for stopping by today, and I'll see you soon, because we have a lot to talk about. Thanks very much. Bye.